In this particular video, we're going to be going over cube and cube roots. So first I'm going to start out with drawing a cube so we can understand why they're called cube and cube roots. So as you draw a cube, which is based off of the two-dimensional shape, a square, and we draw it 3D, okay, now from here we remember that, well, first this is a cube, this is a three-dimensional shape. If I was trying to find the volume of this cube, I would be taking the length, use a cursive L for length, times the width, times the height. Okay, and then what is unique about a cube is, again, it's based off the two-dimensional shape of square, so all sides are the same. So if I was trying to find the volume, okay, I would take the length times the width times the height. But again, it's unique because this is a cube based off the two-dimensional shape of square, so all sides are the same. So really, the volume, I'm going to use the same variable. Let's use x, because all sides are the same, so I'm going to use the same variable. And then we know from our exponent unit that if I have x times x times x, that is really x squared. X to the third power. Okay, and x to the third power means x cubed is another way to say it. Okay, so let's do it in a practical way now. So let's draw another cube. Okay, in this cube, we are going to have the side lengths be 2. And again, a cube is based off of the two-dimensional shape of square, so all sides are the same. So the length is 2, the width is 2, the height is 2, they're all 2. Okay, so to find the volume, you take the length times the width times the height. All of them are the same. All sides are the same, so 2 times 2 times 2, which is why I use x times x times x up here, using the same variable to represent that. And so my volume is really 2 to the third power, okay? And then 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8. So my volume is 8, and let's just say that this was inches. I didn't put a label in there. So 8 inches cubed. Okay, so it's an introduction to cubes and how they're different from squares. It's based off of a square, but if I'm taking the volume, I'm going to cube it because I'm multiplying it by itself 3 times. So another way to say to the third power is cube. Okay, the next one we're going to go is we're going to start listing our perfect cubes and our perfect cube roots. So if you have a pencil and paper, go ahead and take it out. The first one we're going to deal with is 1 to the third power, or 1 cubed, 2 cubed, 3 cubed, 4 cubed, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll go ahead and stop at 10. Okay, so 1 cube is going to be expanded. We're going to expand it first. Really means 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. 5 times 5 times 5 is 5 cubed, and that is 125. 6 cubed is 6 times 6 times 6, and that number is 216. 7 cubed is 7 times 7 times 7, and that number is 343. 8 times 8 times 8, and that number is 512. 9 times 9 times 9, and that is 729. And then 10 times 10 times 10, and that number is 1,000. Okay, so also with the cubes and cube roots, the cube root is also going to be the inverse of cubing something, just like square root was the opposite of squaring something. So if I have the number 1, okay, and the cube root sign looks a little different, so you still have the radical, but we're going to put a 3 on the outside to let you know that you're taking the cube root of that number. Okay, so the cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of 27 is 3. The cube root of 64 is 4. The cube root of 125 is 5. The cube root of 216 is 6. The cube root of 343 is 7. The cube root of 512 is equal to 8. And the cube root of 729 is equal to 9. And the cube root, and the cube root of 1000 is 10. Okay, so in this particular video, we reviewed, well, what is a cube, how it relates to cubing something or raising a number to the third power, how is it different from square and square roots, how is it related to a cube and cube root. So just like the squares and square roots, you have inverse or opposite operations. So really quickly, let's go ahead and go through. If I take the cube root, or if I cube something, so let's say x to the third power, this is cube. So I'm cubing it, or cube. Okay, the inverse operation of that would be the cube root, which looks like a 3, and the square root check mark, which is called a radical, with that number on the inside. Okay, and that was called a cube root. Okay, if you have the cube root, the inverse operation of that, or opposite operation, would be cubing. Okay, so they are opposite or inverse operations of each other, just like multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, square, and square root. Okay, I hope this video has helped you in understanding cube and cube root.